Hollywood 2025 is turning heads, but not for the reasons you think. Gone are the days of strict diets and endless workouts. Now a so-called miracle drug is transforming celebrities overnight, leaving fans stunned by their dramatic new looks. Sunken cheeks, sharp jawlines, and frail figures dominate the red carpet, yet everyone calls it a glow-up. But is Hollywood's latest obsession with weight loss drugs going too far? Stay tuned. You won't believe what's really happening behind the glam. Lizzo used to embody confidence and self-love, unapologetically flaunting her curves and redefining what it meant to be beautiful in Hollywood. She became a global icon for millions, proving that true beauty comes from confidence, authenticity, and self-acceptance, not the number on a scale. As one of the loudest voices in the body positivity movement, she was celebrated for living her truth and inspiring others to do the same. But in late 2024 and early 2025, new photos of Lizzo revealing a much slimmer frame sent shockwaves across the internet. Fans were stunned and not everyone was happy, as the woman who once championed body diversity appeared to have changed in ways no one expected. Speculation is swirling that Lizzo's dramatic transformation might not be purely natural. Some insiders believe she may have undergone an intense cosmetic procedure, while others suspect she's joined the growing list of stars turning to weight loss drugs. The influence of the Ozempic craze looms large, especially after reports surfaced that her streaming numbers were slipping. Industry executives may have quietly pushed her to reinvent her image to stay marketable and in the spotlight. According to multiple sources, tense meetings took place behind the scenes, and soon after, Lizzo vanished from social media. When she finally reappeared, fans were stunned by her completely new look. Medical experts have since noted that such rapid weight loss could point to the use of medication rather than natural methods. The transformation came with visible consequences: weakened muscles, a more hollowed face, and noticeable dips in her energy on stage. Looking back, it's clear that something deeper is happening beneath the glossy surface of celebrity culture in 2025. This isn't just about diet trends or gym routines anymore. It's about the rise of potent weight loss drugs reshaping the very identities of the stars we once admired. Lizzo, once a proud symbol of self-love and body confidence, now finds herself at the center of a heated debate. By late 2024, photos of her noticeably slimmer figure ignited a storm of backlash online, forcing fans to question not only her transformation, but the price of Hollywood's new obsession with perfection. One widely shared comment read, "So the Queen of Curves is gone too." Many criticized her, claiming she had betrayed the very movement she once represented. They called it hypocritical, arguing that Lizzo's new image was proof that body positivity had become nothing more than a marketing ploy. However, others came to her defense, insisting that she's human and fully entitled to change. But the deeper question remains: did Lizzo truly abandon her movement, or did Hollywood change her under the weight of industry pressure? Chelsea Handler, never one to hold back, stunned Hollywood when she openly confessed to using the weight loss drug Ozempic. Her admission tore down the long-standing illusion that A-list physiques come purely from discipline, clean eating, and hours in the gym. In reality, Chelsea had started using the drug without fully grasping its risks. Within weeks, she began battling severe nausea, crushing fatigue, and wild mood swings that left her struggling to function. The fallout was brutal. Her career momentum stalled, and her personal life began to unravel under the weight of the side effects she never saw coming. "I felt like I was poisoning myself out of vanity," Chelsea admitted in a raw and emotional confession. The side effects became so severe that she was forced to cancel her stand-up shows. She simply couldn't stay on her feet long enough to perform.
Even after quitting the medication, the damage lingered. Months later, she was still battling constant stomach pain, fatigue, and a sense of regret that wouldn't fade. But Chelsea's story isn't just about weight loss, it's a wake-up call for the entertainment industry. These powerful drugs are being passed around like beauty secrets given to any celebrity desperate for a quick transformation. No real medical oversight, no long-term research, just one dangerous goal to look perfect no matter the cost. In Hollywood, maintaining a flawless and relatable image is everything. With non-stop pressure to always be camera-ready, celebrities face relentless and often brutal demands from the industry. Chelsea Handler, famous for speaking truths, others won't, became the first star to openly admit using the weight loss drug Ozempic, pulling back the curtain on Hollywood's glittering facade. She revealed that her doctor had prescribed the drug to countless others in the business, showing that this isn't a one-off story, it's a widespread problem affecting stars across the industry. Chelsea doesn't hold back. Hollywood is addicted to perfection. The industry is risking stars' health in the name of beauty, chasing what's deemed perfect in the public eye. But for her, it's more than just vanity, it's hypocrisy. She criticizes celebrities who preach healthy living while secretly relying on weight loss drugs, misleading both themselves and their fans. Chelsea is calling for honesty and transparency, especially for young audiences who may blindly follow these dangerous trends. In the end, she didn't just shed pounds, she gained something far more powerful: the courage to speak the truth about an industry obsessed with appearances. John Goodman, a true Hollywood legend, was long adored as a gentle giant with unmatched talent. From bringing Heart to Roseanne to becoming the unforgettable The Dude in The Big Lebowski and starring in countless classics over decades, he captured audiences with more than just his appearance. Fans didn't love him for fitting a mold or meeting beauty standards, they loved his humor, authenticity, and sheer talent. At one point, Goodman weighed over 180 carat and was open about his struggles with weight and past battles with addiction. But in recent years, the story has taken an unexpected turn. In 2025, John Goodman stunned everyone at a red carpet appearance. The crowd went silent. His once familiar frame was now gaunt with hollowed features and an unmistakable drop in energy, making him almost unrecognizable. Some fans didn't even realize it was him until his name was announced. Social media erupted with reactions like, "That can't be John Goodman. What happened to him behind the scenes?" Hollywood buzzed with speculation about the pressures driving his transformation. Reports suggest that after losing several roles to younger, slimmer actors, Goodman's agent pressured him to alter his appearance or risk fading into obscurity. The pressure on Goodman was immense. Even after decades of respect and acclaim, not even Hollywood legends are immune to the industry's obsession with body image. Friends say he initially tried natural methods to lose weight, but the speed of his transformation raised suspicions of weight loss drugs or other extreme measures. Medical experts noted alarming warning signs: severe facial hollowing, muscle loss, and constant fatigue. Most concerning of all, rumors began circulating that Goodman had been hospitalized twice due to complications from his rapid weight loss. Although Goodman and his team have not publicly confirmed these rumors, close friends reportedly stepped in quietly, worried he had taken things too far. The heartbreaking truth is that John Goodman never needed to change. Audiences cherished him for his authentic, relatable, and irreplaceable presence. But Hollywood often sees things differently. His story serves as a stark reminder of the darker side of the film industry. Goodman wasn't chasing vanity, he was simply trying to survive in a world where health, legacy, and even a star's true self are constantly under pressure. Katy Perry,
was once a radiant force in Hollywood, a dazzling firework of color energy and unstoppable charisma. From her candy-colored wigs to her high-octane stage shows, she radiated joy, freshness, and pure fun. But by 2025, troubling changes began to surface. Her face looked sharper, her cheeks noticeably hollow, and her body had become startlingly thin. At red carpet events, photographers who once celebrated her natural glow struggled to capture flattering shots, while makeup artists reportedly spent extra hours masking hollows and restoring color to her face. Something was clearly wrong, and behind the glitz, the reality was far darker. Staff at private events reported that Katie appeared visibly exhausted, frequently needing breaks and sometimes even assistance to walk after long appearances. Insiders quietly spoke of her low-energy mood swings and other health struggles. Fans were left asking, is it stress, is she sick, or is she the latest casualty of Hollywood's body image obsession? Katie herself has neither confirmed nor denied any of it, and her silence only fueled endless speculation. What's even more striking is the stark contrast between the confident, vibrant persona she once projected on stage and the fragile image fans now witness in public. The woman who once inspired millions to embrace self-love now seems to be fighting just to hold on to her energy and vitality. Medical experts analyzing her recent photos have pointed out textbook signs of rapid weight loss from medication, from hollowed cheeks and gaunt arms to obvious fatigue and drained energy. The timeline of her transformation doesn't align with normal dieting or exercise. It fits the pattern of accelerated drug-assisted weight loss. Insiders even report that private medical consultations have quietly taken place to address side effects from these medications. Perhaps most troubling those closest to her note a clear shift in her emotions. The bright, resilient spirit fans once adored now appears markedly diminished. Katie has grown noticeably more cautious, withdrawn, and distant. The stage that once amplified her energy and charisma now lays bare a vulnerability fans hadn't seen before. If someone as confident and successful as Katy Perry feels compelled to shrink herself, it speaks volumes about the pressures Hollywood places on women. Fans aren't angry, they're heartbroken. Once a beacon of confidence and fearless individuality, Katie now faces questions about the personal sacrifices she's made to survive in an industry obsessed with impossible standards. Her story isn't just about weight, it's about the cost of living under relentless scrutiny and expectation. James Corden, Hollywood's affable everyman, built his career on charm, humor, and authenticity, not looks. He's not just the host of The Late Late Show, but also the man who brought joy to millions with his viral car karaoke dance performances. Fans loved him for being real, openly sharing his struggles with weight without ever pretending to be perfect. That honesty set him apart in an industry obsessed with appearances. But in 2024 and 2025, everything began to shift. The transformation was so sudden and dramatic that fans couldn't help but question it. While James maintained that it was simply the result of daily walks and eating less, doctors and observers pointed out that the timeline seemed medically improbable without surgery or weight loss medication. Rumors began to swirl. Insiders whispered about James's health, and staff on his final season revealed he was constantly fatigued, needing frequent breaks just to make it through filming. The once high-energy host who could previously work for hours on end now appeared to be struggling just to keep going. Now James struggles with even the simplest tasks. Some episodes had to be rescheduled just to accommodate his dwindling stamina. Even his beloved car karaoke segments were shorter and less spontaneous, sparking questions among fans. Social media sleuths noticed unusual gaps between his posts coinciding with the most intense periods of his weight loss. Observers began pointing out signs that suggested possible use of weight loss drugs like Ozempic, from a sharply defined face and slimmer neck and jawline to sagging skin and noticeable emotional changes. Behind the scenes, whispers grew louder. Was James hiding something? And as speculations spread, public concern and curiosity only intensified. Fans weren't just questioning James's weight loss, they were questioning his honesty. James built his career on authenticity, so if he secretly relied on weight loss drugs while promoting a healthy lifestyle, would that undermine everything he stood for? What makes his transformation one of the most shocking moments of 2025 isn't just the physical change, it's the trust and image he's built over years. If you were shocked by James Corden's transformation and the doubts about his weight loss journey, drop a 1 in the comments. If you're unsure or want to discuss, comment 0. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated with more revealing stories from Hollywood.
Mindy Kaling was long celebrated as one of Hollywood's strong, relatable, and inspiring figures. As a writer, actress, and producer, she proudly embraced her curves-shattered beauty standards and used humor to call out unrealistic expectations. Millions admired her for proving that success doesn't require being thin. She built her brand on authenticity, confidence, and self-assurance. But in 2024 and 2025, everything shifted. Mindy returned to the spotlight with a dramatically slimmer figure, a transformation so striking it left fans stunned and sparked widespread speculation.
Her face grew sharper, her cheeks hollowed, and her jawline became strikingly defined, erasing much of the softness that had once been her signature look. Online communities buzzed with questions. How did this happen so fast? In interviews, Mindy maintained that it was all thanks to healthier eating and more exercise. But medical experts quickly noted that sustainable natural weight loss rarely happens so quickly. The timing of her transformation also closely aligned with the filming of a major project notorious for high pressure and rigid beauty standards, fueling suspicion among industry insiders. Insiders suggested that Mindy may have turned to weight loss drugs like Ozempic, with the transformation carefully hidden using strategic camera angles, wardrobe choices, and extended breaks from social media during the most intense phases. Behind the scenes, colleagues began to notice a more troubling shift. The confident, witty Mindy, who once poked fun at perfectionism, was now reportedly fixated on mirrors, calorie counts, and her appearance. Her energy changed noticeably, interviews grew more guarded, and her signature body-positive humor slowly vanished. She wasn't just thinner, she seemed like a completely different version of herself. Fans are split. Some applaud her for taking charge of her health and appearing slimmer, while others accuse her of turning away from the body-positive message she championed for years. But Mindy's transformation is about far more than looks. It seems she may have lost some of the fearless energy and authenticity that made her a role model in the first place. Her change is a stark reflection of Hollywood's harsh reality, an industry that pressures even its strongest women to shrink themselves physically and emotionally to fit impossible and invisible standards. Rebel Wilson's weight loss journey had long been celebrated as one of Hollywood's most inspiring transformations. She shared motivational gym videos emphasizing discipline, mental health, and self-love, while promoting the idea that weight loss comes naturally through hard work and calorie control. Fans around the world cheered her on, and she even built a brand around her journey, launching fitness programs and giving empowering interviews. But by 2025, a darker reality began to surface, one that shocked her fans and the industry alike. Medical experts examining Rebel's transformation noted that her weight loss was far too rapid and extreme to match the story she publicly shared. Leaks from insiders began to surface, raising serious questions about the authenticity of her journey. Some sources close to her medical team alleged that Rebel had used weight loss drugs like Ozempic despite her public denials. What fans had once seen as a genuine, inspiring transformation now appeared as a carefully managed image campaign. In fact, she profited heavily from the narrative, securing endorsement deals, selling lifestyle programs, and earning millions in the process. While Rebel continued to inspire fans with the message of natural transformation, if the rumors of weight loss drug use are true, it casts her entire story in a misleading light. Many fans feel betrayed, and critics are calling it one of the entertainment industry's most shocking deceptions in years. Yet the consequences go deeper than public perception. Insiders report that throughout her weight loss journey, Rebel's personality shifted noticeably. She grew more anxious, became obsessive about monitoring herself, and slowly distanced herself from friends who questioned her methods. The woman who once celebrated body diversity and openly mocked Hollywood's beauty standards now appears to be chasing those very ideals herself. Her image slowly transformed from lovable and authentic to polished and enigmatic, signaling a deeper shift in her identity and priorities as she began to align with the very standards she once challenged. Meanwhile, the pressure from Hollywood only grew stronger. As Rebel slimmed down, she started landing more serious roles, underscoring a harsh reality: the industry often values thinness over genuine talent. Many argue she wasn't actively chasing these ideals herself, but rather that Hollywood imposed them. In the process, Rebel Wilson didn't just reshape her body, she reshaped her brand, her career, and perhaps even her integrity. Jonah Hill has always been a chameleon in Hollywood, known for his ability to physically transform and take on diverse roles. From standout villain performances to his acclaimed role in Moneyball, audiences have watched him go through numerous weight fluctuations, something he has often joked about in public. It was generally seen as harmless, even funny at times. However, by 2025, Jonah's physical transformations have taken a concerning turn. His most recent appearance truly shocked fans. Jonah looked thinner than ever, with a gaunt face, tight skin, and an overall exhausted appearance. Over the years, Jonah has been remarkably open about his insecurities and struggles with body image, candidly discussing therapy, anxiety, and the pain of being ridiculed for his appearance. Fans have admired his honesty, but insiders reveal that his relationship with weight has taken a dangerous turn. Under work pressures, he experiences cycles of rapid weight gain, followed by extreme accelerated weight loss far more drastic than ever before. Medical experts warn that such severe yo-yo dieting can inflict lasting damage on metabolism, heart health, and mental well-being. Friends of Jonah reveal that he has grown increasingly obsessed with his appearance. He constantly scrutinizes his physique, avoids cameras, and struggles to maintain emotional stability. His social media now tells a carefully curated story featuring meticulously chosen photos, long gaps between posts, and strategic angles designed to control the image he presents to the public. The cheerful, easygoing Jonah fans once loved seems to have been replaced by someone more reserved, anxious, and possibly trapped in his own private struggle. Some experts speculate that he may be relying on weight loss drugs like Ozempic or similar medications, not for a single transformation, but repeatedly whenever work-related pressures intensify. This helps explain the extreme physical changes and the stark, almost shocking shifts in Jonah's appearance. Each cycle of rapid weight loss seems to take an even harsher toll on his body, and every comeback feels more exhausting than the last. Fans are genuinely concerned this time. Jonah's story isn't just a before and after photo, it's the portrait of a man caught between fame and identity, between career success and self-worth. Once celebrated as a talent who transcended appearance, Jonah now seems to believe he must shrink himself just to stay relevant. What makes his transformation one of 2025's most heartbreaking stories is painfully simple. The cost of Hollywood's pressure is more than skin deep. Scott Disick was once the undisputed king of reality TV, embodying charm and confidence on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. With his extravagant lifestyle and magnetic presence, he wasn't just a supporting cast member, he was a fan favorite. Yet in 2025, when Scott appeared in public with a drastically altered look, fans were left in shock. His once youthful face appeared hollow, his cheeks, sunken eyes weary, and his frame astonishingly thin. The sudden transformation ignited a storm across social media, with one question echoing everywhere: what happened to Scott Disick, according to insiders close to the Kardashian family? Spy. Scott's dramatic transformation over just a few months is said to stem from the intense pressure of staying relevant within the Kardashian family's sprawling media empire. While reality stars may not face the same prestige-driven scrutiny as Hollywood legends, the industry is just as ruthless when it comes to looks. Friends say Scott became increasingly fixated on maintaining a youthful image, resorting to extreme diets, exercise, and possibly even weight loss drugs as signs of aging became more visible. Makeup artists on recent shoots admitted to relying heavily on contouring, lighting tricks, and filters to mask his hollowed features, explaining why many fans hadn't fully realized the extent of his change. Family members, especially Kourtney Kardashian, were reportedly deeply concerned about the impact of his weight loss on both his health and his children. Behind closed doors, many tried to intervene, but Scott either ignored their concerns or completely avoided the topic. His personality also shifted noticeably. The life of the party became withdrawn, skipping events, avoiding paparazzi, and isolating himself. Friends described his behavior as erratic and anxious, creating distance even from those closest to him. Some insiders began to speculate that Scott might have turned to weight loss drugs like Ozempic or Monaro, not out of vanity, but out of fear of being left behind in a constantly evolving Kardashian world. What makes Scott's transformation particularly alarming isn't just the physical change, it's the emotional unraveling. The man who once commanded every room with charm now seems like a shadow of himself. Hollywood fame brings many perks, but it can just as easily take its toll. When the spotlight fades, some stars go to extreme lengths to hold on to attention. Scott Disick's story serves as a stark reminder of the high price of living under the relentless pressure of the entertainment industry and the constant trade-off between fame, health, and personal happiness. By 2025, Jessica Simpson stunned fans with a dramatic transformation that left many questioning what had changed. Once celebrated for her relatable curves and candidness about her body, she now appeared strikingly thin, with sharper features and a noticeably altered frame. The shift was so sudden that social media erupted with speculation, from questions about extreme dieting to whispers of possible weight loss drugs. For a woman whose career has been built on authenticity, the transformation sent shockwaves, raising concerns about the pressures even established stars face in Hollywood. Jessica's transformation sparked widespread concern because it went beyond typical fitness results. Her once warm and approachable appearance now seemed fragile and gaunt, and fans quickly noticed the striking difference. while Jessica credited her new look to discipline, clean eating, and hard work. Medical experts and fitness professionals highlighted that the pace and extremity of her weight loss were unusual, especially given her history of natural fluctuations. Many speculated that her dramatic change could involve medical interventions such as GLP-1 inhibitors or other prescription weight loss drugs rather than just diet and exercise alone. Fans soon began noticing an even more concerning pattern. Long gaps between Jessica's social media posts coincided precisely with the periods of her most dramatic physical changes, raising doubts about the authenticity of the weight loss journey she publicly shared. Insiders also painted a deeper, more troubling picture behind the transformation. Reports suggested that Jessica became increasingly obsessed with her weight, checking herself multiple times a day, severely restricting her diet, and canceling meetings due to mood swings and fatigue. Former staff even revealed that, at times, she struggled to participate in photo shoots because of weakness and exhaustion. The woman who once championed balance and self-acceptance now finds herself grappling with Hollywood's relentless demand for perfection. What makes Jessica Simpson's situation especially heartbreaking is her history. She was once celebrated for her transparency and even authored a memoir about embracing oneself. That's why fans feel a sense of betrayal, not simply because she lost weight, but because it seems she abandoned the very message that made her a role model for millions of women. Jessica's transformation reveals something far bigger than an individual change. It exposes an industry that still values a thin exterior over genuine authenticity. Sharon Osbourne has always been a star unafraid to speak her mind. For decades, she has been known for her sharp wit, bold opinions, and unfiltered authenticity. Yet in 2025, she made a shocking revelation that stunned both fans and the media alike. Her dramatic weight loss journey had come at a serious cost, jeopardizing her health, happiness, and even sense of self. Unlike other celebrities who insist they rely solely on diet and exercise, Sharon openly admitted to using weight loss drugs like Ozempic to achieve her desired figure. At first, it felt like a miracle. She quickly shed over 13 kilos and initially received widespread praise from the media, but behind this transformation lurked a nightmare. Her body grew increasingly frail, so much so that even close friends barely recognized her. Her face became hollow, bones protruded sharply, and her voice weakened. She admitted that everyday tasks had become nearly impossible challenges. Crossing a room felt like climbing a mountain, eating was a struggle, and she lived with constant nausea and fatigue. What initially seemed like a temporary solution had spiraled into a physical and mental nightmare. But an even more frightening turn left fans horrified. Sharon revealed that after stopping the medication, she couldn't regain a healthy weight. Her metabolism had been damaged, and her digestive system no longer functioned normally. Doctors warned her that some side effects could be permanent. This wasn't just a beauty regimen, it had become a full-blown medical crisis. Yet the most alarming admission was psychological. She confessed to being addicted to losing weight and maintaining a thin figure. Even while appearing frail, she still craved seeing the numbers drop on the scale. Hollywood's toxic standards had completely reshaped her perception of her own body. You don't want to regain the weight, she said, even if you look absolutely awful. Her words reveal the darkest reality of fame, showing that in this glittering world, many stars are forced to choose image over health. Sharon Osbourne has pulled back the curtain on an industry-wide epidemic. She revealed that doctors have been freely prescribing these weight loss drugs to countless celebrities without proper supervision or long-term data. She warns that people believe these medications are harmless until their bodies are completely depleted. Sharon is one of the few stars brave enough to admit the full truth, including the suffering, fear, and psychological damage she endured.
Amy Schumer built her career on unflinching honesty. She joked about Hollywood's beauty standards, exposed the industry's double standards, and proudly embraced her own imperfections. As one of the few women in comedy who refused to shrink herself, Amy consistently presented the public with a liberated image, unafraid to reveal her flaws. However, in 2025, she shocked the world by admitting she had secretly tried weight loss drugs like Ozempic. At first, her transformation seemed like a success. She lost weight rapidly, headlines raved about her new look, and social media buzzed non-stop over her slimmer figure.
But behind the glamour of her transformation lay a harsh reality that Amy could no longer hide. She revealed the terrifying side effects. She endured severe nausea, extreme fatigue, intense mood swings, and constant dizziness. She admitted, "I felt like I was being poisoned." Her body was drained, but the most heartbreaking cost wasn't physical. The greatest toll Amy paid was losing the joy of motherhood. She confessed that she was too weak to play with her young son, and that moment broke her. The relentless demands of Hollywood had stolen what mattered most in her life. Unlike many stars who remain silent, Amy did something rare. She stopped and spoke the truth. She explained that her genetic makeup made these drugs even more dangerous, amplifying the severity of the side effects. Amy also admitted something deeper. She felt relentless pressure from the industry to lose weight just to stay relevant. Even after years of success, she still felt inadequate in Hollywood's eyes. The woman who once mocked diet culture now found herself trapped in the very cycle she had criticized. Amy's honesty not only exposed her own struggles, but also highlighted a broader issue in the entertainment world. Millions of fans follow celebrity weight loss routines, unaware of the hidden risks behind the glossy headlines. Amy warns that these drugs are far from miracle solutions. They are potent, insufficiently tested, and can cause long-term health consequences. She criticizes other celebrities who falsely claim they achieved results solely through healthy eating, pointing out that dishonesty can sometimes be even more dangerous than taking weight loss drugs. Amy reminds the world that body shape is not a trend and health is never worth sacrificing for applause. Her story isn't one of vanity, it's a story of vulnerability and truth. She didn't just lose weight, she came perilously close to losing her joy, her well-being, and the moments in life that truly matter.
Oprah Winfrey spent over 3 decades building her legacy on one steadfast promise: authenticity. Throughout her career, she openly shared her struggles, traumas, and challenges with weight, as well as her journey toward healing with millions of devoted fans. Oprah wasn't just a talk show host, she became a global symbol of emotional honesty and self-acceptance. That's why when she revealed in 2025 that she had used weight loss drugs like Ozempic, the world was stunned. This wasn't merely a celebrity transformation, it was one of the most controversial makeovers in history. The shock came from the fact that Oprah had been an outspoken public fighter against weight issues for decades, making this revelation feel deeply unexpected and unsettling. She had documented countless diets, launched Weight Watchers initiatives, collaborated with health experts, gained and lost over 100 pounds multiple times, and spoken candidly about the psychological toll of diet culture. Fans trusted her because she understood the pain firsthand. Oprah didn't sell perfection, she sold truth. That's why her revelation about turning to medication felt like a betrayal to many. The woman who once famously urged love yourself as you are was now quietly relying on medical shortcuts. Critics warned that Oprah's influence is so immense that normalizing weight loss drugs could have far-reaching consequences, potentially reshaping how millions view body image and health. Millions might follow her lead without the same medical oversight or financial safety nets she has. Oprah has access to top-tier doctors, private monitoring, and immediate interventions if complications arise, but her followers do not. This disparity has sparked intense debate. Is Oprah genuinely promoting self-acceptance, or is she inadvertently selling a new beauty standard under the guise of empowerment? Supporters defend her, arguing even icons face Hollywood pressure. Critics, however, call it hypocrisy, a glaring crack in the flawless image she's built over decades. Oprah tried to clarify, explaining that she used the medication responsibly as a tool rather than a shortcut or a cheat. But for many, it was already too late. The line between inspiration and influence had blurred, and the harshest truth emerged. If even Oprah, wealthy, powerful, and beloved, still felt she wasn't enough, what hope was left for anyone else? Her transformation wasn't just about appearance, it revealed something far deeper. In a world that demands perfection, even the strongest women can falter, and when Oprah stumbles, no one is truly safe. Cynthia Bailey spent decades gracing runways and magazine covers before joining the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So when rumors began circulating that even the supermodel had tried Ozempic, the fashion world was stunned. Yet the truth behind Cynthia's decision was far more nuanced than headlines suggested. In a September 2023 interview, she admitted she had tried Ozempic for exactly 30 days. "I'm being honest, I tried it but ultimately had to stop," she said. "The reason I didn't like how it made me feel, it changed something inside me that scared me." Cynthia, who built her career on natural beauty and self-confidence, was unwilling to compromise her well-being, showing that even in an industry obsessed with perfection, personal boundaries still matter. For Cynthia, Ozempic felt like a betrayal of everything she stood for. She described a disconnection from her own body as if she were wearing someone else's skin. "I've been modeling since I was 18. I know my body inside and out. But on this medication, I felt like a stranger to myself," she admitted. Fans also noticed a stark difference. Her naturally prominent cheekbones looked sharper and her signature smile seemed thinner. Photos from that month captured a Cynthia who seemed almost unrecognizable even to herself. "I'd look in the mirror and think, 'Who is that?'" she confessed. Choosing to stop after just 30 days sent a powerful message: self-respect and authenticity matter more than conforming to external pressures. Cynthia had spent decades competing with younger models and walking runways, and she realized that this shortcut wasn't worth the cost. Crew members revealed that she even warned them about Ozempic, calling it a deal with the devil. While Cynthia chose health and self-respect over Hollywood's relentless standards, another housewife on the show publicly boasted about losing 35 pounds with Ozempic, only to be hit by a wave of criticism. "Oh my God, I'm hoping for some real positive change. Do you know the storm that swept through my neighborhood? I hope it brings lasting changes to the show," she admitted, highlighting just how polarizing these quick-fix transformations have become in the public eye. Kourtney Kardashian has always stood apart from the rest of her family. While Kim embraced high fashion and Khloe pursued sculpted perfection, Kourtney championed clean living, organic diets, and a non-toxic lifestyle. She inspired millions and built the billion-dollar brand on a simple, powerful promise. Lasting results come from healthy choices, not shortcuts. Fans trusted her as the most authentic Kardashian. Yet by late 2024 and into 2025, that image began to shift and her followers were left reeling. The backlash was immediate.
fans felt betrayed seeing the very figure who had championed natural wellness suddenly turn to pharmaceutical assistance. Critics argued it undercut everything Kourtney had stood for, her message of patience, discipline, and sustainable living. Social media lit up with debates, hashtags questioning authenticity trended, and loyal followers expressed a sense of personal disappointment. For many, it wasn't just about the weight loss, it was about trust, credibility, and the stark contrast between Kourtney's public ethos and her recent transformation. The situation created a storm behind the scenes. Family dynamics, already notoriously complex, were strained further as whispers of hypocrisy circulated. Kim and Khloe reportedly felt caught in a public backlash they hadn't anticipated, worried that Kourtney's rumored use of weight loss drugs could reflect poorly on the entire family. Meanwhile, Kourtney faced the impossible task of defending her choices without alienating her loyal followers or tarnishing the carefully curated image of her wellness empire. Sources suggest private conversations grew tense with debates over authenticity branding and the pressure to maintain a flawless public persona dominating family discussions. The fallout extended beyond mere speculation. Public reactions ranged from disappointment to outrage, with longtime followers feeling betrayed by someone they had trusted as a wellness role model. Industry insiders noted that Kourtney's shift reflects a broader tension in influencer culture. The constant pressure to stay relevant can push even the most disciplined figures toward extreme measures. Analysts point out that her carefully controlled posts designed to hide strain and rapid changes illustrate just how high the stakes are in the digital wellness world. What was once celebrated as authentic living now faces scrutiny, leaving fans and critics alike questioning whether any influencer can truly maintain transparency under Hollywood's unforgiving gaze. This transformation is shocking not just because of Kourtney's appearance, but because it exposes the reality of Hollywood, an industry that prioritizes looks over health. Makeovers like this show just how dangerous the price of perfection can be. Have you ever seen someone face pressure over their body image